Welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, if you're new here, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell because today's story is a big one, and I want you to drop this in the comments. Do you think Manchester United still has a real shot at signing Tchouaméni, or should this rumor have died weeks ago? Because that's exactly what's happening right now. A storyline a lot of people thought was already finished has come roaring back into the headlines over the last few days. And today I'm going to walk you through everything. What's changed, why United refused to let this go, and what actually needs to happen for this deal to become reality. For anyone who hasn't followed this saga for very long, it's important to understand something first. United's interest in Tchouaméni didn't just appear out of nowhere. The club has been tracking him since his breakout days at Monaco, back when he was still establishing himself as a nailed-on starter in Ligue 1. Even then, several European giants were watching closely, and United were one of them, only to lose out to Real Madrid back in 2022. But Casemiro's departure from Major League Soccer, joining Inter Miami, reopened a wound United never truly closed: the defensive midfield spot, the player who brings balance, physicality, and leadership to the middle of the park. And in the eyes of the club's hierarchy, very few players on the planet fit that profile as well as Tchouaméni does. Physical presence, tactical intelligence, clean distribution, and a leadership quality that's visible even at his age. Put simply, United never stopped dreaming about him. They just waited for the right moment to come back in. Now here's the twist that brought this whole story back to life. Over the past few days, reports out of Spain suggested Tchouaméni already had a verbal agreement to extend his contract with Real Madrid through 2031. For most fans, that looked like the end of any speculation. After all, if the player is renewing, why would United keep pushing, right? Except that's not quite how it played out. According to multiple sources, Manchester United reportedly reached out to Real Madrid again to find out whether there's still any room to negotiate. And the reason is simple. As of now, Real Madrid haven't officially confirmed any contract extension. Until that official announcement drops, United appear willing to test exactly how far this situation can go. Behind the scenes, the thinking is that if anything shifts in Real Madrid's internal planning over the coming weeks, there could still be an opening for talks. And there's another layer to this story that helps explain why United won't let it die. Rumors suggesting Real Madrid could be eyeing another world-class defensive midfielder to strengthen that area of the squad. If that actually happens, the logic is straightforward. With a new arrival, someone currently in the squad could become surplus to requirements. And that's exactly where Tchouaméni and Eduardo Camavinga both come into the conversation, as names who could potentially lose their place, depending on how the manager decides to build his midfield going forward. Nothing is confirmed here, and that needs to be said clearly, but that possibility alone, even if it's a long shot, is enough to keep Manchester United watching closely, waiting for any sign that a door might open. This also helps explain a question a lot of people have been asking: why is United taking so long to sign another midfielder? The answer might be sitting right here. If there's a belief inside the club, even a small one, that Tchouaméni could become available, it makes sense to hold off on a big investment elsewhere. Rather than closing that door too early, United seem to prefer keeping their options open, waiting for an opportunity that may or may not ever show up. It's a risky bet, no question about it, but looked at through the lens of financial and footballing planning, it's also a bet that carries real strategic logic. Now, let's be realistic for a second. Prying Tchouaméni away from Real Madrid is far from simple. The player cost around 80 million euros when he arrived in Spain, and today he's a key piece of that team. Last season alone, he made 49 appearances across all competitions, contributing directly to goals and playing a major role in the club's trophy pursuits. At 26 years old, he's entering the prime of his career, which makes him one of the most valuable defensive midfielders in world football. Convincing Real Madrid to sell a player at that level would require an enormous financial offer, and maybe even harder than that, it would require the player himself being willing to leave Spain. That's exactly why opinions are split even among United's own fan base. Some believe this is an impossible chase, while others think that until there's an official confirmation of that renewal, the door stays slightly open. For now, here's what we know. Manchester United haven't given up. The club continues to monitor the situation closely, watching to see if any unexpected opportunity emerges before the transfer window shuts. Whether this ends up becoming one of the most talked-about signings of the market or simply turns into another saga that goes nowhere, it's still too early to say. But one thing is certain, this story is far from over, and the next few weeks could turn out to be decisive. So tell me, do you think Manchester United can actually pull this off and bring Tchouaméni through the door, or is he going to stay at Real Madrid for years to come? Drop your take in the comments, hit that like button if you enjoyed this one, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a Manchester United update. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.